Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff.
And today it's wall-to-wall Taylor Swift.
Yes, lots of Taylor stuff from her shows. She had 3 shows in London this past weekend.
And
That's
like
awesome.
everyone in England went to these shows. And I mean everyone, even royalty.
Yeah, right.
So we'll talk about that. Ben Affleck, there's an interesting video that's come out of him because he went off at Paparazzi, but for a pretty good reason.
Yeah, I think the Paps were in the wrong for sure.
I would agree. We also got some pretty interesting photos of Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner. He is grabbing a whole load of her butt.
Right, they're fully back together.
I think so too. And to finish with, we'll talk about Lily Allen because she's married to David Harbour, the famous guy from Stranger Things.
Yep.
But she had some pretty interesting things to say about their sex life or not sex life.
Not exciting sex
Not
life.
exciting sex life. But to begin with, maybe the craziest video I've seen in a long time is Prince William going crazy dancing to Shake It Off.
Oh my God, it's so good. Like, you would think he maybe would have a little better rhythm, but he looks like he's doing is this the Carlton? It looks like he's doing the Carlton up there.
It looks fake. Like, how is he?
I know, but I mean, he's wearing the same outfit that he was wearing in the selfies with Taylor. So what's crazy to me is it was his 42nd birthday on the day that he went to the concert in London. So he's celebrating his birthday there. He's there with his kids. Got a selfie with Taylor, which it's interesting. So he posted on his Instagram the photo with Taylor, but then on Taylor's Instagram, she posted a photo with him, but Travis was also in the photo. By the way, first time Travis is now officially on Taylor's grid.
Okay, so now they're official.
Official, yeah.
It's interesting that Prince William cut Travis out of the photo before posting it?
It's a different, it looks like they took a selfie and then Travis got in and then they took another selfie. That's what it looks like. And so it looks like he posted the first one, she posted the second one.
Interesting. Yeah, because they were there with George and Charlotte, the kids.
Yep.
But he must have been like, it's my birthday, I want to take everybody to Taylor Swift.
But if he didn't take his kids, it'd be like, all right, bro, you're there by yourself.
Right, that would be a bit weird. But everybody was there. Liam Hemsworth, Hugh Grant was there knocking back tequila shots with Travis. Rachel Zegler, Greta Gerwig, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis were there.
Tom Cruise was there, all chumming it up with Travis. I mean, Travis is living the dream right now.
It's a fantasy land that Travis is living in, getting to mingle with royalty and Hollywood royalty too.
Yeah.
And now he gets to go on stage.
Yep. During one of the shows in London, he went up on stage and she always does this act during the Tortured Poets Department portion of her concert where there's these guys, they kind of come up and it's just this whole funny act where she faints and they pick her up and then she has to go into singing I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. But he's one of the guys, and everyone was losing their mind. He really hammed it up for the crowd.
He really did. I mean, some people who are big into NFL and, the Chiefs and everything like that are like, why are you around the other side of the world doing these hijinks on stage with a pop star? I guess he's earned the right to do this sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is his girlfriend. Everyone's just jealous.
I think everyone's jealous. His story, his
Unbelievable.
rise is just, it truly is unbelievable. Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters was also in town.
Nirvana.
Slash Nirvana, of course.
Yep.
Foo Fighters were also playing a gig in London.
Yep.
The same night. And he kind of took a shot at Taylor Swift, basically saying that she doesn't perform live.
Do we have the clip?
We will.
Oh.
He calls his set the Eras Tour, and she is the Eras Tour because...
Oh my gosh, the way you're pronouncing this right now is taking me out. Eras.
It's Eras. You guys go Eras and Eras. We go
Eras and Errors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they do it live, the Foo Fighters, he says that they do Eras. But because, hers is all sort of backing track, backing vocals, backing instruments... He's saying that it's not live.
That is so ridiculous. I mean, anybody that goes to a Taylor Swift concert or even just watches the videos, you can tell it's live. She's up there playing the piano. There's no backup track for the piano.
For that particular piano, no. Yeah.
And then she stops and she's talking to the crowd. And then she's even up on stage playing her guitar. She stops. You can tell it's all live.
A lot of it's live, not
This
all of
isn't-
it.
I mean, I love Britney Spears, but look, if this was a dig, like, oh, Britney Spears, like she's up there lip singing, okay, we would understand.
Lip syncing. You have to sing with your lips, Charlie.
Okay. She's up there lip syncing.
Right.
Then I would understand. But to say that Taylor isn't performing live, that's like a little out there.
Yeah, I know. It was
Haterade, drinking the haterade.
Oh, haterade. Well, Taylor actually responded to
Kinda.
saying that all my performers, they're all playing live music now. Shout out to my live guitarists and this and that.
Yep.
So, I mean, she owned England this weekend.
For sure. And do you think maybe that's where this is stemming from? Like a little bit of jealousy. They're playing at the same city, and Taylor's getting all the press,
Yes.
and maybe Foo Fighters weren't.
Probably because back in the day, if they were there on the weekend, they'd get lots of press in the papers,
Yeah.
like, they're here. But because Taylor's there, Foo Fighters not getting a mention.
Like, I didn't know the Foo Fighters were performing there until I saw this article of them,
Yeah.
like, slamming Taylor. So
I
now
know.
I know they're there.
I know. Well, let's get on with our next story. Ben Affleck, he's got an interesting relationship with paparazzi because he's one of the most high-profile celebs in the world. He's also going through one of the most high-profile stories in the world with this
Kind of
divorce.
Yeah.
So you'd expect Paps to be on his heels, but he was driving from the marital home that him and J-Lo shared before this news came out. And
That they're now selling.
that they're now
privately.
selling. And he's driving down a dark sort of, I don't think it's an alleyway.
Driveway?
It's a driveway or
Yeah.
something, but it's hard to see because it's night and because just the road is weird. And Paps are flashing him. So he stops and he has...
With their cameras, not with their car lights.
Oh, yeah, and they're not flashing him with their bodies.
No,
either.
not that either.
They're flashing him with the lights, and he stops, gets out of the car, and has something to say to the Paps. Let's have a listen.
Listen, man, I'm gonna get you in an accident. Don't flash your light if someone's driving down the driveway. I don't have any light. Listen, you do have the light. Don't do that. That's dangerous. You don't even know if that's me. You cause an accident.
That's right. Okay, very right. I have no idea. You know that. Baby. But you're right.
Stop, man. It's dangerous what you guys are doing. Do you understand? Yeah. I can't see. You're gonna get somebody hurt doing this shit.
As what some people might call a paparazzi, I side with Ben on this one, 100%. Like, there's a time and a place to get your shot, and these, three guys, the paparazzi, have probably trailed Ben Affleck every single day. Like, their job is Ben Affleck.
To get the shot, yeah.
So they know each other. They probably have a relationship, and it's a bit of sort of like quid pro quo where Ben Affleck's being very respectful about this, I think, and laying down the law, but in a respectful way.
And he hates press, hates paparazzi. So for him to even be as cordial as he has been is pretty amazing.
Because I think he does have a point. Like, if all of these cameras are going off in his eyes when he's driving at night, that could cause an accident. And
Well,
also,
look he's taking that right-hand turn, and you see that huge storage container.
yes.
He almost hit that.
Right.
I think that's what ticked him off.
And as he said, his daughter is about to take the very same drive. He's playing protective father, I totally side with him on this one. And the paparazzi, for their part, they did kind of stop taking the photos after he got angry.
Yeah.
They had a few.
At least we didn't get any photos of his daughter.
That's very true. So Ben Affleck, I think he was in his right about this one, and I think he'd handle himself in a respectful way.
I think so as well. But also, I don't know, do we really need photos of him leaving the marital home like that?
I think it is a story. Like, what J-Lo is over in Italy, actually going to the same sort of restaurants that they went to when they were in love. Like, there's pictures you put a side by side about 2021 now. But the fact that Ben Affleck went over to the marital home for the first time in a while with his daughter,
supposedly to maybe remove some of the stuff while she's gone.
I think that's a story, right? So paparazzi want to get that story. But also, yeah, it's nighttime and he's driving down a dark alley. So I think as long as paparazzi, chill when they're told to chill, and maybe next time it's daylight or it's a give and take, I think, because paparazzi are just going to keep on doing them. Like, as long as they're obeying the law, they're going to keep doing it. But I think Ben Affleck was in his rights.
I think so too. Do you think how they must have been super scared when he stopped his car and got out? They were probably like, "Oh no, this could go real south."
Scared, but also they got cameras in their hands.
Right. So he knows like they're probably filming me in my interaction right now.
Even this video that we're talking about now, they got a sale out of this. So Ben's in a hard place. Like, how much do I react? Because I know I'm giving them what they want when I do react. But also, he's got to stamp down and give them the lay of the land.
Totally. Creating boundaries.
Exactly. There you go. Very good. Okay, on to our next story. Bad Bunny got very handsy with Kendall Jenner when they were clubbing in Paris. So they're over there, Paris Fashion Week's on.
And even their outfits in these photos, they're like coordinating.
Yes.
They're fully back together.
This is it. This is like the butt grab seen around the world because...
It's not that crazy.
This just like solidifies them as a couple once more. You know what I mean? You can't grab someone's butt
that you're not with. Yeah,
I guess if you're banging, you probably could.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to like get through a crowd. There's paparazzi. He's kind of behind her and like pushing her along in a way. And so he's not like getting in there to be like, hey, girl, I'm getting this tonight. Like he's not doing that. It's just kind of like, okay, let's move along. And he's just tapping. It's a tap. She
doesn't have, she's like super, super gorgeous, but she doesn't have that same butt that her sisters have. For some reason, the butt gene skipped her. And she's got a different body type than the others. Like, preferable to some, actually.
I mean, her dad is Caitlyn Jenner. So she kind of has that like athletic, height, very lean body type.
But Kylie Jenner's dad's also Caitlyn Jenner.
Right. But I mean, I think you could also, not saying they did, but you can also buy a body type, right?
right. Do you think, I'm surprised they got back together because language is a big barrier for them. He doesn't speak very fluent English.
I mean, it's okay. He's learning.
It can be preferable maybe to...
Yeah. I mean, you can date, obviously, a foreigner and, like, get by. And she obviously thinks it's sexy being with, like, a Latin man.
True.
But, yeah, I think it would be a little hard for me. Especially, like, when you're using, like, Gen Z lingo or just, like, any, like, bizarre lingo. Like, if you say, like, for example, I used the word, like, hijinks over the weekend around my family. They had never heard that word in their life. Right. And that's with people that, like, speak English. I mean, not very well, but, like, they speak English, you know? So I can't imagine, like, trying to have, like, a funny, like, conversation with somebody that maybe is like, oh, what does that mean,
I wonder if he knows what hawk tua means.
Oh, geez, Charlie. I'm sure with her, maybe he does.
Oh, wow. Love that. Okay, our almost news story today. Lily Allen says she often turns down her hubby, David Harbour's sex requests. She said back in the day when, she was drinking a bit more and didn't give any F's.
A little bit more wild.
A little more risque, but she says, I wonder if I kink shame my husband because often he quietly sort of asks for things and I'm like, no, that's not happening. I'm not like, you piece of shit, how dare you ask me to do that? But she often does the whole, I got a headache thing.
Yeah. Which, okay, I gotta know, what are these, like, kinks that he's asking for? Because I get, like, when you've had a couple drinks, like, things get wild. You're a little bit more open to, like, experimental stuff.
Right.
But when you're sober, there are no drinks. It's just you and the other person. And you're, like, soberly staring at each other. Like, is he coming to her and being like, I want to suck that big toe, girl? I would be like, oh, good Lord. No.
How do you turn down Johnny? Or do you turn down Johnny?
I mean, he's very basic. He's not asking to, like, suck on my big toe.
Right. So he's vanilla.
He's just,
Do you turn him, you say the headache thing or what how do you?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's sometimes too, you might be like in the mood, but then if you have a pet, they're there sitting on the bed just like staring and you're like, yeah, this is not going down. Well, or like, my litter box is down my hallway in like a big closet.
That's a turn off.
Sometimes the cat will like come mosey in and then take like a huge dump.
Oh.
And then you can smell it in the bedroom and like that is not sexy.
That is not sexy.
But I'm sure you kind of have the same thing. You have a kid, one on the way. And I'm sure Peach is like, hello, what's going on in there?
Right.
And you're like, oh, we're just exercising, sweetie.
Exercising. I never exercised in my life. All right, why don't you hit us with your Today in History? I've missed your Today in History.
I know, you've been gone I was gone for a week in Yosemite. You were gone. Where were you?
I was staycationing with my mum here in LA.
I love that. Yeah. Cute. That go good?
It went great. Of course.
You look very tired. You don't look well rested.
Well, that's just like hanging out with a daughter for like, a week. That's tiring hanging out with a toddler. But Hit us with your Today in History.
All
Make it
right.
a good one.
Okay. So this day in 1916, silent film actress Mary Pickford became the first female film star to sign a $1 million contract.
Next.
Trailblazer. Wait. I got a little fun story for you.
I'll make it quick and fun.
I kind of have a connection to the silent film actress Mary Pickford because during the time, back in the 1920s, she was married to another huge silent film actor, Douglas Fairbanks. They bought like this huge mansion together, kind of based off of like, did you watch Margot Robbie's Babylon?
This
About
story
this
doesn't need to be
mansion.
told. This story doesn't need to be told.
Wait, let me get there. My great-grandfather is a famous architect, Wallace Neff. He famously designed their mega mansion. It was called the Pickfair Mansion. It's been torn down since, so.
All right, well, thanks for that, Charlie.
You're welcome.
What else we got?
In 1994, Lion King premiered in theaters.
Okay, 20 years ago.
Stefania.
How do you... what
What
is the- That's right. Yeah, I know that one.
like that.
Yeah, okay. Next fact.
You don't like Lion King? God.
I mean, it's fine.
moving on.
It's fine. It's fine. Sometimes these facts like really get me like, oh, you don't say. These ones are a bit like...
don't you think like we are better off with Lion King in our lives?
Yes.
That was an amazing movie.
But I think people need to do something crazy today so that next year we have something to say about,
Northwest didn't do it for you?
No.
Being in the Lion King stage?
No.
All right. And then in 2010, Julia Gillard became Australia's first female prime minister.
Shout out Australia.
Shout out Australia. Was that a big moment for you guys?
No, because she didn't win it. She just kind of... Someone stepped down and she became it.
Oh.
You got any birthdays today?
That's not very exciting, actually. Birthdays, Lionel Messi, he's 37.
Okay.
Minty Kaling, she's 45.
Very good. All right.
Also, it's summer now.
It's the first day of summer solstice.
No, it's not first day.
Well, it was the first day.
Yeah,
a couple
it
days ago.
was.
Yeah, congratulations,
I
summer.
guess this is a boring today in history.
No, this is terrible today in
Oh,
history.
jeez.
This tells me that nothing's ever happened today in history.
I feel like we should make something happen
Yes.
today in history so that next year when we're back here, we can be like, this day, Charlie, we did this.
I literally just said that.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, that's all right,
Sorry.
man. This was a slow start.
I know.
We're back together again.
We're back.
Good to be here. All right, Charlie, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.